Oh, it's Tuesday. That means it's Newsday, and I have a sore throat. Everybody, I feel like I haven't been up here for a week. What do you do? What do I do? Oh, welcome back to the news here. That's on HQ with all the latest and greatest news here in the last week or so. I say week or so. Sometimes I'll pick out something that's historic, and sometimes I'll dig up some history from a long, long time ago. So, if anything bad has happened in the angling world or related to it, and at any point somebody decides to give me a heads up, something might crop up. So, yeah, here we are. Let's get into some angling news this week. First, buttercup syrup. I'm a bit too old for a little white spoon, but that stuff will cure most illnesses and diseases. Now, I'll start this week off by talking about, I know this is not a match fishing channel, I'm not a match angler anymore. I came out of match fishing a long time ago. But it's fishing related, and it might still grab a few of you out there that might be ex-match anglers yourself. You might have always wanted to fish a few matches. So it could be an advertisement opportunity for what I'm about to show you, but there might be some people out there that couldn't think of anything worse than fishing a match if you're into like your opportunist angling. A bit like what I do, a bit of an all-rounder, doing a bit of everything. But this is Tuesday Newsday. I'll put on the screen now a bit of a snippet that I saw on Facebook the other day being shared. Some people saying they think it's a great idea, but the majority of the comments and shares were people that were so unsure about it. And yes, it's titled as it's going to be available, and it's going to be available for the 20 leading match anglers in the UK, which, fair enough, do what you want. How are they going to select them? I don't know. How are you going to select just 20 of the leading UK's match anglers to fish a match? So all details are on there. You can have a read of that at any point. It's on Facebook. A lot of people are talking about it. But how do you choose the 20 leading match anglers to fish one event? Now, it's sponsored by Capital Catch Competitions, which, yep, we'll not go any further than that. So some people were saying, oh, maybe it's going to be when you purchase a ticket, you know, when you gamble all your money away and you've got no money to put in tackle shop. Maybe it's those people, you gamble for a place to fish, but how are they going to know when the top 20 leading match anglers are actually going to be gambling? So it can't be that, but a great thought to start off with. And then there was also the thought of just selecting them, because there's no talk of qualifiers. It says spring 2026. So if there was a qualifying criteria for it, that would have had to have been announced a while ago to get preparations in, to get the anglers booked on, to get some sort of selection process going. But the actual top 20 is listed as though it kicks off in spring. So you'd have to have the results from before then from any qualifiers. So that's kind of out of the question as well. So how do you think, and get in comments, how do you think that the 20 top match anglers are going to be selected? I'll tell you how. I think they're going to take just a random, bearing in mind what I think is the top 20 and what you think is the top 20 and what Camera Girl thinks is the top 20 and everyone else's top 20. It's going to be like trying to guess a 20-digit padlock code. Yeah? There's so many different variables, it's ridiculous. So, interesting to find out how they plan on selecting just 20 of the UK's leading anglers. And by the way, all this top angler rubbish throws me off. Yeah? I live in an area up north, or not north, north mids, where we've got some very good anglers around here, match anglers. And there's a fishery near me and a chap called Steve that fishes it, and yeah, that guy is unstoppable. But let me tell you something now. he doesn't win every single one. So who does win on those days when he doesn't? Well, someone's obviously beat him, regardless of who it is. He's either had a bad day or they've had a really good day. That's fishing, yeah? It's not like there's a tennis court skill involved. But how on earth do this, when this top 20 is selected, I probably will be one of those people sat there saying, where's he? Where's she? What about her? What about him? Why aren't they there? And this is what we think. We think this is... So how is it going to be done? How is it going to be done? And yeah, get in comments, let me know, talk away. So I shared that post, and for a long time now, I've been trying to save tackle shops all over UK. And when I say trying, I've not been trying as such. I've been trying to come up with a theory, I've been trying to come up with an idea. I got in touch with Angling Times, Angling Trust, Environment Agency, a few other people. I got in touch with quite a few people with this idea that I had. And I didn't get a single response. And I think it's great. And it's that great, I wanted nothing from it. I didn't want a single penny. I were even willing to probably put a bit of funding in myself anyway. I didn't want a single penny from it. I hate the thought of money, right? Got plenty, don't need any more. I hate the thought of money. It does my head in. So, when you get tackle shops that are struggling, that's an issue. We've got a problem. What happens then is, somebody comes in from outside of angling, they sit down, see all the destruction that's going off and start thinking, I'm going to raffle off this disgorger. Who wants this? RRP on this disgorger is £2. I don't know what it is, but £2, let's say it's £2. I want to raffle it off for a penny a ticket. So everyone, if you want to be in with a chance of winning this, a penny to win that, a penny. How much did I say it were? £2? 200 pennies. I need to sell 200 tickets before the retail is paid off, not what the tackle shop pays for it. So let's say that this is £2 new. Let's say I pay 90 pence for it from the manufacturer. I need 90 tickets to sell for a penny for this to be paid for. After that, it doesn't matter who it goes to. I've had my money back. And if I put a brand on my little situation, I'm advertising the hell out of anything I want to. Anyway, let's say we sell 1,000 tickets. £10, right? Someone who's paid a penny for this disgorger for their ticket is going to get it. Yeah? 89 other people are going to be unlucky. They've not won it. And that's where the line's drawn. The product is now paid for. A winner's been selected. There we go. There's no ticket limit. All the other tickets leading up to that 1,000 tickets for the £10 to cover this 90 pence disgorger, all that money goes into somebody's pocket. Gone into someone's pocket. 89 people this side of the margin to pay for this. And then what's the maths after that? 900 and something more people that have completely lost out. You generate more losers than winners. The idea is statistically that raffling off stuff like this, you generate more losers than winners. There is so much. Your business, the profession is highlighting so many losers out there. And what happens to all this money? Well, let's say that we take a chunk out of that money. Let's say we take another £2 and we go and buy another 2 disgorgers. They're paid for. Whatever they go for now, that's free money, right? And let's say we go and buy, what's this? Oh, puller bung. Let's say we go and buy a puller bung, right? Let's pretend this is a flagship pole. Let's say this puller bung is $4.99. Don't know how much they are. Let's call it a fiver, right? I need to sell 500 tickets at a penny for this to be paid for. Let's say I sell 3,000 tickets at a penny. £30. This is paid for off the money made by that, right? I'm going to raffle that off. I'm going to select one winner. All the rest of people underneath the margin of this being paid for, they've missed out, but then that's paid for. Everybody else after that is an even bigger statistical margin, column, pit of losers that won nothing, right? These are only small figures, by the way, 3,000. Some tickets on some of these products on these gambling firms that are out there in the world sell millions of tickets. Millions, that's how big they've got. Where's all that money going? Because if someone's gambling for that, you're not a footballer. It's not to try and win it to make your cricket game better. Yeah? This ain't going to help you knock a tennis ball any further. You're an angler. So, where's all that money going? Another £34? 33 quid? Look at it in bigger terms. Penny. Let's call it £1 per ticket, which a lot of these are. Some are 5 quid, some are 10 quid. £1 per ticket. That 30 quid then goes to 300 quid. 300 quid at £1 per ticket for 30 people. Over 3,000 people. What did I say? 3,000 people? That'd be £3,000. That's keeping someone's a tackle shop's maggot fridge going for 6 months. That is helping a tackle shop. Any old stock that's been on a shelf for months and they're worried that, that's not selling. It's coming to a point now where they're doing a product launch maybe, and that's still going to be there. Could probably get some credit back by sending it back. Chose to keep it. All this money out there that's no longer going to tackle shops, and I'm only talking about one competition firm. All this money that's no longer reaching tackle shop doors and tills anymore, it's not going anywhere. And there's a number of these people, by the way, businesses-wise. You'll have a couple of staff being paid for. You might have a unit being paid for. Half of these people are getting tackles straight from the supplier. One of them's even gone to lengths of buying a tackle shop because there was so much drama around buying from the supplier that I think they actually went and bought a tackle shop, or leased one, or bought the business, sorry. So they could turn around and say, actually now we actually are an independent tackle trader, and we also get us stuff. It's a small price to pay, isn't it? If you think about it, it's a very small price to pay. That tackle shop's probably paid for. All the contents in it are paid for now. Don't matter what you do with it. So, yes, all that money now going, that's where it's going. It's no longer going in tackle shops. Someone's probably eating a bit better every night. Someone's probably got crushed velvet in the bedroom now. Somebody has probably got a block paved drive. What tackle shops haven't got is that margin. Let's say you took that couple of grand every month, and every month you did a wheel of fortune, spun the wheel, and you thought, I want all tackle shops to get in touch with me. Independent tackle shops, private tackle shops, I want you all to get in touch with me. And then I want everybody to try their hardest, including owners, because some will say they're doing better than others, some will be straight up. And there'll be some tackle shops, and it's very apparent to the owners, the staff, the customers, the people they have the accounts with. They'll be able to know if they're selling or not. It won't be hard to find out who's struggling. And once a month, we could do this, or someone could do this, where that couple of grand, it could even be a couple of £100, or a couple of grand, wheel of fortune. Oh, it's landed on what's a tackle shop? Apollo Angling Centre. They're independent, aren't they? Just off the top of my head, by the way. Hello? Who's hung up? This is how a phone call would go with me, by the way. It's Ben from That's On. Don't hang up. Please don't hang up. Oh, he hung up. Hiya. Hello. Yes, it's Ben from That's On. Can I have your bank details? Well, I've got £2,000 to send you that we've raised in your tackle shop this month or this week, whichever frequency you decide to do it in. And we're going to send you £2,000 and you can do what you like with it. It just means that £2,000 out your own pocket isn't going towards sorting your bills out for the next couple of months or whatever. Don't even need to thank me. It's not me that's done it. It's you guys. Whether it be match anglers, tackle shops themselves, pleasure anglers, carp anglers. My idea was, this is a tackle shop. Let's pretend this is a tackle shop and let's, what's this? Little tackle box. Somebody comes in, customer comes in. Hey mate, hey pal, you alright? How are you? 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 Yeah, you? How are you? Yeah, I'm alright, you? Yeah, I'm alright. Anyway, he's come to buy this off me. So I say, yeah, alright, no worries. £3, whatever. He buys it, and then I give him a receipt. Let's find a receipt. Quite a big one. In my tackle shop, we wouldn't waste paper like this, by the way. It'd be a nice small receipt. Anyway, he buys this. Here's your receipt. Off you go. See you later. Oh, before you leave, on your receipt, if you can just give me that back, look on number at top. That number, end of month, I'm going to do a Facebook post, or I'm going to put it in my shop window. That number there, you need to keep an eye on it. Because if I call your number out, you're going to win. You're going to win this office bin. Well, in tackle shop terms, this is I don't even know what's in this bin. A bucket with some bits of tackle in it, bit of bait. It's from us, but Preston, they've actually said, we'll send you a bucket. We'll send you some bits. Chuck what you want in it, but we'll send you some bits in your next order. Gets the tackle shop ordering. That sits on counter. Chap goes away. Go on Facebook, put a post on, number 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. If that's you, get in comments, show me a ticket, bring it in. When you bring it in, your bucket's here waiting for you. Chap walks in. Here's my invoice. I bought this other day. You don't have to bring that in. There's my invoice. There's my number. Wicked. Nice one. There's your bucket. Who's lost out? I've sold 50 of these. 50 of them. You tell me who's lost out now. Who's lost? Who's a loser? That's just for that, by the way. Let's say you come in for a cheap disgorger. What are these now? 50p? If these aren't 50p in your tackle shop, they should be. I'm joking. You come in for a disgorger. You've gone and won the £60 bait or tackle bundle because your number showed up on there. It can only be one of you. I'm just giving you another example of a different tackle item. Pole. Someone came in last week and bought a £6,500 Daiwa pole. And as he were leaving, I said to him, "Oi, you got your receipt? I don't want it. You're going to want this one because there's a little number on it. Keep an eye out. At the end of the month, I'm going to do a call out with number. And if your number matches, purchasing that pole, that tackle box, that disgorger, you get entered in a chance to win it. So nobody loses out. Everybody's got what they came in for. Going for a pint of maggots. Keep your receipt. Bring your receipt in. What's that do for a tackle shop? You give him the receipt back. The worst thing that could ever happen is someone could throw their receipt on the floor as they walk out and litter. Nobody's ever going to lose out. Nobody. Let's say you there, sat in your living room. Not you. You in your living room there. Yes, on your leather sofa at this time of year. You've come in. Oh, you've got 4 kids and you want to come and get 4 disgorgers. Right? Hear me out. The tiller print off the receipt anyway. What are you going to do? You're going to walk in and say, "Just then, please." Of course you're not. You're going to use your head. Right? You're your chance to win this. Come on. Think about it. slow things down a little bit. What can increase your chances of winning it? I'll have that, please, mate. Can I have a receipt as well? Yeah, of course you can. Oh, wicked. Have a look around your shop for something else. Yeah, I think that's it, actually. I think I'm all done. Just that. Yeah, wicked. Here's your receipt. Brilliant. Oh, I think I'll have another one. What are we like, us men? Eh? I'll have another one. I'll have a receipt for that one as well, please. Tackle shop owner at this point, it's like, yeah, mate, no problem. Receipts all over the place. Have them. I think I'll have this one as well. I like that one. It's metal. You don't see metal ones around anymore, do you? I'll have that one as well. Can I have a receipt for that one as well, please? Of course you can, yeah. I'll just print you one off now. Here's another receipt. Keep all your receipts together, don't want you, because there's a little number at the top, and when I call your number out to end of month, jargon, blah, blah, waffle, you could have a chance to win this. Could I really? Yeah, of course you could, yeah. Brilliant. I actually like this one. Don't like the brand, but I actually do like this one as well. I'll take that one as well. And, yeah. I'll have a receipt for that one as well, if you don't mind. No, of course not. I'll do it. If you want a receipt, I'll do a receipt for that one. That's no problem. What's happened? Talk to me. Tell me what's happened. What's the problem? Why can't that happen? That's one tackle shop. Me. In That's on Angling. That's me in this tackle shop. There's not even a tackle shop, and it's that easy, right? All you'd need off a receipt, and if you've got an up-to-date till, you can play with them and do stuff. All you'd need off the receipt is the purchase number, and every receipt is unique. They all have a different number on, right? It's normally the purchase item, the number of the items that's ever gone through that till. There's a little number on there. So all it'd mean is, no matter what's on it, to be fair, all you'd need is, when you print off your receipt for a customer, all you do is you press print again and it prints the receipt off its shop for their records. Helps keep all the records into and all that stuff. Listen, I'm not teaching everyone to suck eggs. This was an idea I came up with a bit back, where someone could be with a chance of winning some great tackle. That's just a bargain bucket, by the way. There's some tackle shops out there like your Aston Park Fisheries, Stainforth Angling, Apollo, your big ones. Angling Direct have got their own thing going. They don't invite us to any of their parties, do they? So they've got their own thing going, and with all due respect, Angling Direct have got some great names who they like to collaborate with. This is for us. This is for us. This is for our shops. This is for shops that have actually got us where we are today. Angling Direct's not always been there, and they could be £1 million out of pocket in each store in North tomorrow, and they'd still be making enough money in other areas to keep the boat afloat. So that's the idea, that if you go and buy something from your tackle shop, let's say your number don't get called out, and you're just fuming, like absolutely fuming. You've still got what you went in for, which a lot of people won't know they're being entered into it. If, for example, somebody gets called out and they don't want it, they don't want the prize, or let's say they never respond, could give them like a 14-day period where you have to get in touch. If not, it goes to, we'll just pick out another ticket that'd make it fair. So I don't know, if it doesn't take up a lot of room in your shop, you could just leave it there until someone finally, it could sit there for years, couldn't it? So yeah, that's the idea of it. Why have we got all these competitions? And it's not, and I'm talking like it's just one that's a problem. There's loads of them. Not only that, they've started taking all your money, and then they've started putting £80,000 Volkswagen camper vans up for grabs. And that's the problem we've now got. We're promoting gambling. We're creating gambling addicts in a sport where we've always been really proud to not have that. When you pay for a match, by the way, or a day ticket, or a competition, any competition-based fishing adventure, I've always said this. If you don't frame, if you don't win your section, and you walk away with no money, and you put £30 in, you've not paid, you've not gambled. Don't look at it as gambling. You're paying £30 for an experience. If you were to go and watch Chelsea play, and you wanted to get involved in that match, it's never going to happen. Well, let's say money was a thing, and that you could pay to get on, and have a 90 minutes football playing, whatever you call it. I dare say you'd be paying a lot more than 30 quid to go and play just for 90 minutes. So what's £30 for 6 hours worth of sport? It's nothing. So you could be in with a chance to win your section or frame. You could end up coming third and taking 80 quid home. You could come second and take 120 quid home. You could win the match and take home £190 home. But you haven't gambled for that opportunity. You've not lost anything. You've paid to have the experience of the match for the day. And if you don't win, you don't win. You've not lost out anything. You've not sat at home and gambled it. You've actually been out, you've been productive, you've had a day's fishing, and you've been within a chance to actually win something whilst paying for a match fishing experience. That's what that is. Anyway, this thing, 20 anglers being selected, don't know how it's going to be done. Getting comments, that's where you guys come in. Some people, I will comment on it and sharing it. Some people think I'm a bit sour because I can't be selected as a guys. I ain't been a match angler for the best part of 15 years, 16 years. I fished a couple of feeder masters matches here and there, but just there's no major love for it anymore for me. Hopefully it comes back one day, because I did used to really enjoy it when I was younger, but for me now, match fishing, don't know, it's probably, there's other people out there that really like to pursue stuff like that. Don't know. Might come back, might not, but it'd be interesting to go and do a cheap tackle challenge in a match one day and see what happens, but I don't know. But anyway, get it, comments, talk away. Let that idea of mine just fester away in your head. Tackle shops, if you're watching this, and I mean everybody, 100% I emailed Angling Times, Angling Trust, and I heard nothing back. I emailed those people because I thought they would be ideal candidates to help come up with some sort of system where tackle shops could register. Yeah? If someone could come and sit down with me tomorrow in a coffee shop and say, this is how you build a website, this is what you need to do for tackle shops to register, and this is what you do to keep track of the entire competition thing. And I'd love that. That'd be great. But I'm such a giver, I'd like somebody else to grab that idea and run with it. And I wanted to call it Tackle Shop Unite. Because if in 30 years' time, we've got tackle shops reopening again, or we've got little areas and towns that have got tackle shops in that once upon a time they all dissolved, it'd be nice to know in 30 years' time that the brand name Tackle Shop Unite was an amalgamation of the entire angling industry coming together to actually get it going. The last point on that is I've been thinking about running some matches. Probably from the comfort of my own living room. Might go down to a few, film a few. All the money that a match organiser would raise. And by the way, there's some great organisers out there. Don't think I'm tearing this away from you. You guys make your money based on the great experiences you give people. I'm not a match organiser, nor will I ever take money from people for being one. Don't need money. Yeah, we're doing all right. But all the money that I'd make as a match organiser, I'd like to run matches every single month all over UK. I'd like to have a day in UK where we have a match on every single match venue we can, so it doesn't clash. All the money that would normally come to me, the organiser, I'd like to cut it in half, give a massive chunk every couple of weeks to a tackle shop, and then other one, I'd like to give it to tackle shop as well, and I'd like them to nominate a charity for it to go to. That'd be a nice idea. So we're supporting other people out there as well, and it's all coming from us. So that's the next idea. It may never happen. I'm fully up for it. I probably work about 3 days a week. If you squeeze all my working hours into one day, I'd still have time to go and have a couple of hours fishing. I'm not a busy person. So yeah, if anyone's interested in stuff like that, getting comments, talk away. It's a bit political, this. I'm not stepping on no one's toes. You've got people like, you've not got Gary Rogers anymore. He's gone. May Potter. No, she's gone. You've got people like Tom Scully. You've got other people. You've got other people, and they do very well. But you've also got your organisations that run your matches, like Bait Tech Feeder Masters. You've got Fish North and Fish South. Don't know who runs them. I think it's different people, but those people You're paying for a big tight. Don't do what you want. I'm not doing it to say. I'm not doing it to prove you don't need to make money from fishing. People will have day jobs that'll have to go out of the way to do this, that are taking money from their own pocket. I get it. Fully get it. Keep doing what you're doing. No problems with that. I'd just like to be that person that lets 50 matches a week go off all around the country and all the money just go into a pot, and every week do a video in here where I ring a tackle shop live for you guys and say, you've won £100 or you've won £300. It could be a week where we're turning around saying, we've got £1,000 here for you, and I'm going to wire it across to you live on camera. And then the income from that video, like not this one, but this video right now where I'm phoning someone, every month I can track how much money like these episodes are making. It's not a lot, but let's say they get that much interest that they end up generating enough to the point where, well, anything. I'll even send money over from that episode and give it to them as well, because it'd be completely separate. This is Tuesday Newsday. I do my cheap tackle challenge. I do my fishery audits. This would be a completely separate segment. Okay, I think I'm waffling on a bit too much about match fishing now, so I'll wrap it up. But let's please start and save the angling industry. All these competition firms out there, great. But you think of going into your local tackle shop and buying a pint of maggots or a disgorger, and someone getting in touch with you on Facebook and say, mate, you've been tagged in a post. Quick, look at this. You've just won a Daiwa pole or a complete census luggage setup or an £800 seat box, and you're like, what? That'd be crazy. Instead of being someone that for the last 6 weeks, you've been putting £5 bets on, 3 at a time, 4 at a time, 5 at a time. And you finally had an email saying, congratulations, you've had an instant win. You've won a pack of disgorgers, or you've won a pack of NGT floats, or you've won a bite alarm. Yeah, great. Now, that'd be great. It matches at Aston, that, a bite alarm. So, and it's completely random. This, you get exactly what you want. You get entered because it's a purchase-based entry. You don't have to buy anything to be entered. You don't have to enter it. It's completely up to you. It puts you in driver's seat. Tackle shops, it pays for them. And it also means that angling is saving angling. Yeah? I want no credit from it. Tackle shop unite, that's what I want to call it. Even it matches and all that stuff. Nothing, I don't want my name on it. I'll happily support it. I'll turn up with this on that says my name. But this is for you guys. Yeah, that's all for you guys. Anyway, let that fester. Quite passionate about that. I think I'd quite like to see something come of all that. And yeah, anyway, I'll shut before I start crying. We spoke last week about the tragedy on the Shrewsbury Canal. There's been a massive breach. I talked you through it last week. I'm not going to touch on it much this week, but a lot of work, and I'll direct you guys now by after this video or now, head over to any social media or internet and type in Shrewsbury Canal update. The Canal and River Trust, as well as all the contractors, are absolutely nailing it. They've got water defences in place. There's work already going off. The day after, they were there. And over Christmas until now, like it's New Year's Eve tomorrow, they have been non-stop, which it's kind of obvious because it's a canal. You can't let it run out of water. But yeah, massive effort from those guys. So yeah, anyone that's involved, I actually saw a few things on news about the canal boat owners and people that live on them. One guy had actually, the boat that were in the middle of the hole, one guy had like, that was his livelihood, that was his house. So yeah, sad times, very sad times. So yeah, I hope anyone affected is all right. But yeah, if you want to go, it's quite good for the brain to see that there's great people out there helping. There's a massive fundraiser going off. That went in last video as well. I think that's still going. So yeah, you can help with that as well. Don't know if you saw my last fishery audit went on yesterday. Was 3 little ponds in Dudley. Me and my camera girl went over, filmed a fishery over there. 3 little ponds. It's called Warren's Hall Pools. in Dudley, Browley Regis. Lovely place. I think I scored it a B based on safety signs and rings. There weren't much going off. However, stunning pond. And on the last lake we get to, I'll give you a bit of a spoiler. We walk down to where an inlet comes in, and then there's a bit of like earth that's piled up, and then it drops back down to the lake. So in order for the inlet water to reach the main lake, it has to really pile in so it can come up. In the little pool of water between the inlet pipe and the lake, there was a little pool. Must have been 1,000 fish. So many fish. Unbelievable watch. You can make them out pretty clear on the old video, but if you get yourself up there, go and have a walk around. It's a lovely walk. All the details are in the video. You'll see them all. There's so many. It's unbelievable. Only small stuff like that, but decent sized roach, and I think some chublets in there as well. Really nice. And the next fishery audit was filmed the same day. That goes live Thursday. So it's Tuesday today. That goes live Thursday. That's a good watch. Very nice place. Been on telly as well a few times with some angling legends. So yeah, look out for that place. What else have we got? What else have we got? Another drug lord in the old angling game. Never thought it. Not going to touch too much on this one. That'll probably go into next week's, but might not. A lot of people don't like to hear bad stuff about bad people. But yeah, a lot of information being sent to me just yesterday about a massive drug dealer in fishing. We had the old cannabis farm situation at Moorlands, which sadly turned out to be someone were renting a unit on the property, and they managed to bury a unit underground without no one knowing, turn it into a cannabis farm. And yeah, sad time. You know, you're renting someone out, you're putting your trust in somebody, and someone turns it into a cannabis farm. Bad news for angling. You know, bad anyway, but it could have been done somewhere else. But a fishery was targeted. And yeah, someone sending me a lot of information about a name in angling that were jailed for 3.5 years for what's the title? Sentence for drug supply offences. Called him a drug lord. So yeah, also sad times. We've got one! We've finally got one! I can't really say that without losing character, because I quite like otters. I think if I had an otter as a pet, probably be the happiest man in the world. I don't know why. I think I'd be the happiest man in the world. If someone bring me an otter, if I could, can I have an otter? Can I have one? Because I feel like if I've got one, I've captured it. And no matter what we go through as a couple, me and the otter, it's not going to get into Trent and eat a barbel. It's not going to go into a local pit and eat a 18-pound bream. So yeah, I do reserve a bit of thought for animals. Otters, massive, massive problem. Keep them in zoos, keep them in wildlife sanctuaries and stuff. But roaming streets and getting into lakes, a bit of a nightmare. And this post, I'll put it on the screen now, Wiltshire, 999s. Awful news, an otter has been found dead. The rare mammal was spotted on the pavement near Tesco in Cirencester earlier today. This was yesterday, on the Monday. The remains were located a short distance from the River Churn, suggesting otters are living on the waterway. Photo sent in by Robert Galloway. And there you can see an otter, looks like he's, tried doing a quick dash across the road and sadly been struck by a car. And sad times. But otters, as great as they are, lovely animals. Again, I'd love to have an house where I could have some roaming around, but they go through fish like my kids go through cereal. And they don't discriminate. They will eat anything and kill it. And the worst part is, they don't even eat all of it. They'll just rip out the swim bladder, have a chew at the chin and the guts underneath, and leave an 18-pound barbel just dead for a fox to come and take away on bank. It's terrible. And as lovely as otters are, and I know a lot of you, or some of you, I also know there's a massive clan out there that are like the otter people. They cause so much damage to natural wildlife. like fish stocks have been in decline for a long time because of otters. It's no good saying, well, we don't eat that many fish, and how many eggs does a fish lay? No, shut up. You're talking shit. You can't say that because fish fry don't all survive. Bird life eats them; they die anyway. Other fish is probably one of the biggest predators for fish. Otters eating big fish is a massive problem. So yeah, fisheries all around UK, you can have carp stocked, especially carp waters. You'll notice syndicates. That's why a lot of places actually syndicate their lakes to keep them safer for one, for human traffic, and two, human traffic, not human trafficking. Even I thought that sounded a bit bizarre then. But also, otter fencing, you'll see that on a lot of big lakes, big carp waters. A £60 fish could be a 50 grand fish. Yeah? A £30 carp, how much did they pay for that? 8 grand a piece or something? Depending on what species of common carp, what type of species a common or mirror carp is, you can pay a lot of money for them. And you think an animal that shouldn't really be over here anyway crawls under your fence and eats one, well, just leave it, kills it and leaves it. Yeah, it's a massive setback. That's the equivalent of me walking into Tesco and picking 28 irons off the shelf and just smashing them up on the floor and just walking off. Well, that means paying for. You know what I mean? Someone's paid for them. You can't do that. So yeah, sad news. An otter's been killed. They'd probably been hit by a car. Whoops. Now, I'm going to end this one. And I love innovation. I love anything that's productive, production. I like creation. I like invention. I like anything that's... I've not got anything up here that I've actually done. But I like anything that's beneficial in an innovative way. I like it when people come up with something that's different. But I also like to throw out there a few traffic cones. When I see something that's good, a lot of people might think that I'm putting a negative view on it because they'll see my comments and my comments will read something like, well, what about this? And what about that? And have you taken into account all the variables? Have you any idea what you're doing? And a lot of time, they all know what they're doing, don't they? So I'm no stranger to innovation. When the embed feeder was launched, before it actually came out to buy, I made my own. I got some Preston banjo feeders, put a groove in it, got a float stop on the hook leg. You've all seen it, the BM FFSS feeder, I think it were, the Butchered Method feeder float stop system. And it worked an absolute treat. Why did I make it? I'll tell you why. Everybody thought I was trying to cash in on a good product. I wasn't. I didn't sell anything. I didn't tell anyone I was selling it. A great idea, but I had to wait for it to hit the shops. So I made my own. And then what I did was I went out and tried it, and it worked. The MAP embed feeder is probably a tackle item of the decade. 100%. 100%. Because it's so effective, it's so adjustable, there's lots of variables, weight changes, hook length. It's an incredible addition to terminal tackle. So I had to go out and make my own. And when I started making my own, I got a few people from around the world and here in UK asking me so I actually did a video on how you make it. That was a massive hit. So yeah, well done, MAP. I'll always give you your flowers for that. They're incredible. New fish. Mick and Joe and Rich. Who else is there? And Matt and Danny. Danny, a bit good looking, isn't he, Danny, for new fish? This is why they try and keep him out of most of photos. Anyway, I'm only joking. So, they've come up with something called BTC, Butt Test Curve. I'll put it on the screen now. It's a massive piece of white paper, and it's got some lines on it. It's got a bit of writing on it. Basically, at the top left-hand corner, you'll see rods attached. And the rods are attached in like a way where they're stable. They're not going to move. They're not going to roll. They are locked in. Then a weight, so a reel is applied, installed, line is threaded through guides, and then a weight is installed at the end, meaning that it can actually pull down on the rod. So different rods, different test curves, different spine strengths, different spine structures, carbon build, carbon material, different deposits, all that stuff, composites, all that stuff, you name it. And it means that you can actually test the curve of the rod prior to purchasing to see if the weight that you're applying to the rod in its dead position. So just stood there, you could probably pick the rod up and have a, and if that weight on there is skimmer weight, if that weight on there is fighting carp weight in still water, you can actually get a better feel from your rod. You'll notice that when you go to a tackle shop and you're walking in for a pint of maggots, there's always local village idiot in there and tackle shop owner, and he's got a rod out, he's put it together, and he's got hold of it. Chap who wants to buy it, and tackle shop owners pull it tip down, going, "Hey, what do you reckon? I'll give you 3 on them." By the way, that is pretty much what butt test curve is, except we've never had this. So I'm not knocking anyone for that, by the way. I'm just trying to put a funny twist on it. Anyway, whatever. I'll probably get some stick for that. Anyway, so Mick and them have come up with butt test curve. Is there's other people involved, by the way? Don't shout at me. I just didn't see you in the photos. And yeah, I threw a comment out there on Dan Webb's post, who's a bit of a tackle tester, Franklin Times. Started throwing a bit out there about variables. I have Current Avanti, stemmed from Dragon Carp years ago. When Avanti came out, you could buy a barbel rod. It was a twin top barbel rod. It come with a 1 pound test curve tip or a 1.25 test curve, or it might have been a 1.25 and a 1.75, I can't remember. Anyway, cork handle. It had like an aluminium or a stainless reel seat on it. It was quite comfortable actually, but it did put a bit of weight on rod. But it was a barbel rod for £10. That's it, not £9.99, £10, and the RRP was like £124.99. You used to be able to buy there were a £200 pole you could buy, and RRP were £1,000. We don't know where these figures came from. They just threw them out there. Anyway, I went and bought one. Probably going to do some barbel fishing. And then the clan I was knocking around with at the time, fishing wise, back then, that was when I was heavy in match fishing. Local tackle shop guy said, "Oh, we're all going to Drayton if you come in." They'd come up with something called the Spod Doctor. Yeah? You think of a bagging waggler. Take your bagging waggler off, put a spod, not a spom, or a Gret rocket, fill it with bait, hook length, and you weren't fishing it correctly unless when you cast, as you let go of the line, you shouted the words, "Spod Doctor." Anyway, it weren't my setup, so I can't really steal someone else's thunder, but it was a great thing that they did. He said, "You ought to bring your Avanti barbel rod and try fishing bagging waggler." And I was like, "Yeah, I could do. Might be a bit stiff though." I wanted to use at the time I was using Daiwa. I wanted to use a big Daiwa tournament rod, even like an heavy feeder rod. So I took this £10 rod, right, and I had some nice tournament rods. I took this £10 rod. I bought 3 of them actually, and I've still got one, brand new. It's downstairs at Tackle Shed. It's brand new. It's never been out of the cellophane wrapper. It's in the rod bag, and the rod bag is in the cellophane wrapper. That's how I knew it was. They've not even taken it out when I had it off them. Anyway, I was punching this bagging waggler out with a massive Babby's head on bottom. And I was fishing, remember Richworth boilies? We used to do some good boilies. We used to do them in odd numbers, I think. 5 mils and 7 mils. I think I used to do 5 and 7s. Red and white. And I think red and yellow. And I used to bang out this bagging waggler. Must have weighed about £2 in weight. And I could get it 80 metres. And do you know why I could get 80 metres? Because I took another spare rod with me, another one of these Avanti rods. For a tenner, I was deliberately trying to snap it. And I was stood on my box, and I weren't running with it, and I weren't putting no back into it. What I was doing is that motion as fast as I can, right? Letting go at line. I think I chucked 10, £12 line on straight through. Big old shock leader. We could not snap this rod. For the love of money, it would not snap. back then water was down. So I were up on top, on deck as we're packing up. And I've got this rod and I'm sat on bottom, on deck, on boards where you walk. And I'm sat there with butt between my legs. And I've got one of the chaps pulling the line down, facing away because he's petrified. We had this rod bent in half like that. It wouldn't snap. It was the strongest structural rod I've ever seen. Well, I didn't want to try it with the other new one because I was thinking, maybe if this one's been made probably with too much, whatever it is they put in them so they don't snap. What if that one's a good one that's still in packet and this is one that's technically a bad one, that's why it won't snap? So anyway, this rod, I could do 80, 90, 100 metre cast with it, no problem. And I mean, I were really punching it. A 12-foot rod, I were really trying to snap it deliberately. And when you're casting out and you're trying to cast far, that thought of cracking off and snapping your rod, it sits in your mind, and that is what stops us from doing our big casts most of the time. So when I saw butt test curve, I thought to myself, if you're going to go out and spend £400 on a tournament rod or £300 on a distance master, and you use butt test curve, what's that going to prove up against somebody with budget tackle that can still perform the way these rods were designed to that you're after? Where does that leave that? And the idea behind me bringing this up is I'm really interested to see where this goes, because I think tackle manufacturers, tackle suppliers, your manufacturers but your suppliers, like, they don't make the rods at Preston. They have them made and then they brand them up and everything. But it'd be interesting to see if these people actually put BTC into production under their roofs and improve, I don't know, rod design, rod strength with BTC. I don't know, I love stuff like that. Lots of variables, lots of thinking time, lots of what if, why, how, maybe. And ultimately, I'm not saying it's a big sheet of paper, but ultimately, it's just a big white thing with some livery on it that tells you what can go wrong. Yeah, it's not like you're developing a new car brand, is it? If that goes under, you've got a lot of working parts that are going to go under with it. So yeah, I'm really interested in how BTC works. Maybe BTC will be something you see in a lot of tackle shops in future, or maybe a new fish headquarters where you can take your rod up there. That would probably make sense first. Joe, Mick, if you see this, just hang on to it for a bit. Yeah, hang on to it for a bit. Put it in your pub or your New Fish HQ and see if you can get some walk-ins and film it. Put it on New Fish channel so we can actually see it happening. Because there might be someone who's got identical tournament rods. Someone's been punching his heart at Southfield for the last 4 years. 2 days a week. Someone has owned it for the same amount of time, but has only fished with it 20 times. Let's see if like excessive use has any impact on rod flop or something similar to how you'd probably describe it other than rod flop. Although rod flop is definitely a phrase I'd like to see used a lot more. So yeah, Nick and Joe, or anyone if you're into new fish clan and all that, you have to tell them. It'd be nice to see it actually in action for a while before, I don't know, tackle shops might never get their hands on it, but it'd be nice to see it in action. And I think if tackle shops do get their hands on it, it'd be great for them to sell rods. And they might learn stuff they never knew before. I can't really have one in here, but if you imagine all this wall behind me and I had rods here like this with some weights on and how they droop down with a skimmer weight on, or you know where the backbone at rod actually starts, how much backbone the butt section's got, and I don't know the flexible tip. There's lots of different variables. You imagine how many different rods there is. Unbelievable. It'd be a great bit of kit. So yeah, new fish. Don't run with it just yet. Be nice to see some great content coming from that, and yeah, that'd be awesome. I love stuff like that. People, I think I'm going to wrap up Tuesday Newsday there for you. So, what have we learnt this week? Well, if you're a drug dealer, just keep out of fishing. Stop it with all this drug dealer stuff. Like, I've spoke about it too now, and I've had 5 or 6 different people send me different things about other people as well. Keep drugs away from fishing. It ruins your fishery when people find out. Otters. If you see an otter running across the road, don't swerve to miss it, because what if you end up hitting a bus stop full of school children? You know, just assess the situation. There's an otter running across the road. Think, have you got enough time and space to brake safely? Whilst you're thinking and driving at the same time, am I going to hit anyone? What about the people behind me? Am I going to put people at risk? And after you've thought about it for about 10 or 15 seconds, come to a nice safe stop. And if unfortunately the otter has met its maker, well, nobody died except for the otter. So just remember that. Nice update from Shrewsbury Canal. That looks like it's all getting stuck. It's nearly New Year's, by the way. It's not a nice time of year for anyone to be out working all day and suffering, right? There's both of those people out there actually going through that right now. So whilst you're enjoying your New Year this year, just remember that there's some really, crazy chaos going off in the old angling world. I know it's a canal and not anglers, but it isn't. We could be helping, couldn't we? Yeah, and butt test curve. What more is there to talk about than that? Well, hopefully, if Matt and Mick manage to get some more content on it on their channel, which I watch, by the way. I watch a lot of the videos they put on, especially at pub. Quite like the pubcast. If they manage to integrate the butt test curve, I don't know, and talk to us a little bit more about it. There might be more to it that we don't know. What I've said to you right now might be absolutely nothing. So keep an eye on their channel for them talking about that. And hopefully, in time to come, I don't know, I might have one in here. There might be one at your local tackle shop. You might be able to go online and buy one. Who knows? But definitely a great roadshow bit of kit to have when doing product events at fisheries, on big matches and all that stuff. So yeah, I'm looking out for that. That'll be great. And lastly, match fishing. Not everyone's favourite topic, match fishing. Let's get rid of this stigma of giving thousands and thousands and £1,000s to somebody who's not going to give you a bit of a discount on your pole, or shave a bit off your feeder chair, or chuck you a free disgorger in next time you're going for your maggots. Let's try and keep money in the tackle shops, because when they're gone, they are gone. And when your number 5 breaks on your MIDI pole and you're waiting for a replacement, there's going to be no one there to answer the phone. So just bear it in mind. Think about it. I think it's a great idea. Tackle Shop Unite, where you purchase a disgorger and your invoice number can get selected to win prizes gifted by the manufacturers, or if they sell enough, the tackle shops themselves. Like, why can't they do it? And the matches. I'm happy to let matches run all over the place under my name if need be. If it goes wrong, it's me. I'm not bothered. Let's do another one. And all the money that's made from all the matches that I'd normally get, I don't know how much it is, by the way. I've seen matches that it's like a 50 quid sign up. I've seen some that are 120 quid sign up for a league. I don't need all that. 120 quid over 500 people. No, let's get it all into a pot, and every month we'll give. I don't know. We could cap it. We could do if it only makes 300 quid. We could cap it, but we could also put a bottom on it as well. So every month a tackle shop gets a £500, or whatever. Let's just take the monthly figures. If it's £300 one month, because not many, I don't know why they wouldn't, but then it's £2,000 next month. That's probably just how it is. I don't know, but we could try and figure a way out to keep it fair. That's where you guys come in. I just want to get as much money as I can in tackle shops to keep them all afloat, because I guarantee you now, even the ones that are doing well, there's an element of panic there. I promise you now. I promise. I've spoken to quite a few of them. So yeah, let's try and sort something out. Run loads of matches. Get a few charities involved. All the money that would normally come to me, as long as fisheries get their cash and they get paid, fine with that. Rest of it, let's shove through the door of your favourite tackle shops all around the UK. We'll get a massive list of them, And anyone that we've missed out, I'm sure at some point they'll see the list and be like, I'm not on there. And we can be like, what's your name? Boom. Right, put your name there. Oh, you're next. 500 quid or 8. You just send them cash. You give them money. If you want to gamble for something, just go and buy it. Because how many times are you going to lose before you actually win this? And all the money you've lost, you'd still be without it if you went and got that same money and just gifted it to your tackle shop and bought your disgorger. Keep your money. Go and buy a disgorger from your tackle shop, or your pole, or your box, or whatever, and try and keep it in angling, people, because one day it's going to be gone, and that's it, it's over with. So just think, just think. You can all save the angling industry. Yeah, more tackle shops close, the more manufacturers will start selling direct. What does that mean for the rest of the tackle shops? Game over. That's what it means. So I'll leave it there. This has been the Angling News, Tuesday Newsday here at That's On HQ, bringing you all the latest and greatest tips, tackle, tactics, tantrums, and throw your toys out the pram on a Tuesday. Have you got a story that you've not told yet? Have you got some hidden information about a fishery or someone that's doing something they shouldn't? Is there some new releases due out from a company that you know are actually going to blow the market apart? Or are people coming up with even more innovative solutions to making angling even better for you? Let me know in comments if there's anything I've missed, if there's anything you want me to touch on. Talk away. That's what the comments are there for. They're for you guys. And that way, I can air it on here. Also, thefts. Tackle shop thefts. Either they've calmed down a lot. I raised it weeks ago because I was seeing quite a few of them. And now I've not seen any. Tackle shops. If you've got a thief or some details from a reg number or footage from your shop camera, send it me and I'll put it on channel and it'll just sit here rolling forever. And maybe one day someone will drop a comment on the video on here saying, oh, that's him, I know him, and I can tell you. Or I can get a balaclava on and we can go and steal his gnomes off his front garden and you can put them for sale in your tackle shop. Just saying. So, thank you all for watching. If you've not subscribed, hit the subscribe button, give it a like, give it a share, comments, do whatever you want, it's yours. But let us keep the angling world above water and you guys can save it. Thank you for watching. See you next Tuesday.